Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. It's the Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast, GKMSP, Season 3, Episode 3. The Industry Unveiled, premiering every Tuesday at 9 p.m. on YouTube. Verbal vein in the vicinity, marry in a moment, Shaman in the sector blood. Yes. If you're new to this channel, do a drive-by shootout on that subscribe button. You can miss it and click in at the bell for notifications. Yes, check out our previous podcast to comment and join the conversation. Yes. It's another podcast, blood. Today we're just going to jump into things, man. What we're going to start the political place or
No.
Yeah.
Omondi.
Holy shit.
Alibaba.
Omondi, at least we supported him when he was fighting with that whoever
Ezekiel
nigga. Yeah. But kuna some issues we all have our own grievances for some reasons or two. Let us
opinions to point out.
I want to have clarity because being a father, I have seniority, so I have to speak last.
And no, I haven't watched the reality shows thus far, but from what I've heard, oh man, funny thing is, we were talking the other day about his interview on the Trend.
Yeah.
I had no idea that's what he was there to promote.
But now, Mari, I was hoping that you'd understand how this thing works. When he gained weight and he took a nude photo, not semi-nude, for lack of a better word, with his manhood enlarged and his shoulders broadened, it was hype. It got Ezekiel Mutua's attention. That's the wrong attention. He was not soliciting for that shit. But now, I was talking earlier to JJ, and JJ mentioned something that got me off my zone. At he's fooling around with a 19-year-old on his first episode. I was like, yo. Okay, I didn't think of it like that. Shakila's been getting nude for days, It's okay. She's been stripping naked for a while now. I didn't know she was preparing for this either. When we get to a position where people like Omondi are hosting reality shows of that nature, I would expect the idea itself is very novel, okay? Just like COVID. Very new, unknown, he's entering uncharted waters, and it's good for the entertainment industry. But at the same time, we are trying to raise the standards and look out for the community. Personally, I am a strong advocate for welfare of the society. Now, speaking of which, hii reality show, bro, si hata angefanya poa atafute sponsorship poa because he has the networks and connects,
Kwani what is the reality show? It's about him looking for wives.
He's looking for a wife, not wives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's looking for a girl who's the wife material, So he's kissing on this girl.
So it's a reality show.
Grappling, okay. It is a reality show.
So what he's done is like a show like that one for Flavor Flav.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly. Disgusting the same way. Everything the same way. But now for Omondi na Kakamele Ponia, Riverwood, you've seen it. Yo, I don't know if anyone has watched Local
Ponia Riverwood, kila mtu anajua. Say wanabonga during the set.
And then,
that's unprofessional.
You're watching this thing and you're supposed to be, you're supposed to be in it for the excitement, the sexual excitement, and then all of a sudden even the body parts look disgusting.
Okay,
Cellulite.
I was going to refer maybe to Nairobi Diaries, but you went in a totally different direction.
Nairobi Diaries wako poa na hata Chronicles. Me I was talking about Nairobi
Chronicles.
Yeah.
No, there's the Nairobi Diaries,
okay.
which is like it's basically a socialite reality show
for the youth them,
and it features all socialites following like their stories and how I haven't watched it, but I've heard people talk about it, like following how they gossip about each other.
I saw that one for some chicks in the radio station. They are fighting over this dude. He was like an artist.
I don't even know. But my thinking is reality shows it's a budding industry, and it's I'd say it's a potential growth, say sector in the industry.
Sleazy content.
Yeah.
For off time hours.
Or even you could
Because we are just watching ordinary people do
ordinary
extraordinary
stuff.
and comfortable things.
I would say it's like, say for example, the Kardashians.
Yeah.
It has its audience.
Thank God
But
that's
then
over.
again, people also need to understand it's still, as much as it's a reality show, it is still a show. And it needs to meet certain standards for it to
meet the threshold for
Yeah.
a proper, reality show or something.
Yeah, to I would say maybe to be properly embraced as part of the entertainment industry.
Okay.
And I'm talking about I'm not talking about the international stuff. Just to point out, I'm not an avid fan of reality shows, but I respect that it's part of the industry.
See,
and
long
it's a
time,
part of
long time before the many stations, the stuff, our local stations used to give us reality shows on Sunday evenings.
Yeah.
The downtimes.
Which
Which
one?
reality show is this?
Which one?
Nakumbuka hizi like sijui they are top models, alafu kuna hii ya kina
those
okay,
things are
okay.
Jew, bro.
Yeah.
We're talking about local,
Local,
local stuff.
local
Cause,
content,
okay, Bahati tried, right? But Bahati was not even embraced locally. Everyone was like, kwani NTV hawana kitu ingine ya kuonyesha, waneka Bahati, waneka kwa nini Bahati? Bahati would be there licking his lips the whole time and not saying shit. And he had this one line, so he'd say.
There's also the is it called the Mariahs, Size 8 and DJ Mo?
Oh yeah. Did you see
That
the
one
scandals
was
they came up
staged.
with just
That
to
one
get
was
clout?
properly staged.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It worked. Let me tell you something. In the office, there was this girl who subscribed to that whole idea. Like ati Eric Enani, what is his name? DJ Mona Size 8. Wamekosana. DJ Mo was cheating and whatnot. For a minute I got drawn into it and I was like, what is the big deal? Men cheat all the time, And I was like, I didn't get the gravity of the whole thing. And then she showed me on YouTube, bro. And so DJ Mo walks into a scene where Size 8 was recording. And then DJ Mo was like, yo, stop your camera, I want to talk to my wife. Nataka kuapologize nimexplainie. Sisi tuko na watoto, hatuwafai kufanya vitu za upuzi kama hizi. Cut the camera. Then Size 8 is like, no, don't cut. If you want to apologize to me when everyone is seeing the same way you were cheating and everyone knew. No. And then she's like, can you believe it? You men are so heartless. I'm like, bitch, please. This shit is staged.
I remember there was another one where sijui they used one of their friend who was like a church. She seemed like a church sijui pro pastor or co-pastor. He started sitting them down and almost like, what is it? Consulting with them.
I think I watched half an episode, and from what I got, Size 8's family is like her father, I think, is a pastor or something.
Yeah.
So they have a religious background. But then again, I would go back to you said the scandal piqued your interest.
Yeah.
And to me, that is good. I would say marketing or a good approach to capturing the audience.
So
but then again,
Eric Omondi can get 500,000 views from this stuff he's doing on YouTube.
He's good. He's good at the marketing. I have to give him that.
That's half a mil, blood. Kutoka 11th December.
He's very good with the marketing. He's very good with marketing.
Yeah, maybe what I'd like to point out is the disparity between the reality show being real and being scripted. A reality show is supposed to be scripted so well that people believe it's real. So if the script is not proper prepared, guys will figure out. And we're talking about this because we're in the industry.
I don't think that's even the case. The reason why we have played reality shows on a Sunday afternoon is downtime. People know these are normal people. We don't expect them to really make the moves or say the words properly the way they are meant to say it or do the right gestures like actors. You know, and probably when people see them make a mistake, they'll be like, it's a reality show. We are actually watching real people do real things. Nikawe kwenda kwa balcony and just watching another family do who knows what for the whole day.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm pointing out, like, for example, if we're talking about, say, America's Got Talent, that qualifies as a reality show. And I think the other day we were talking about when you see someone's story being told in the show because they've been picked as maybe one of the artists going to perform. People don't question how they got the story before that person performed. Like, because by the time that person performs, then to have a background story before they go on stage, that has to be prepared. But you see, the audience doesn't question that because it's so well prepared. By the time people are watching, they believe the narrative that person just came to the line, was interviewed from where they are on the line, and went on stage and killed it. But you see, the background preparation makes the audience, captivates the audience.
So what is the issue with the Eric Omondi show? Because for Shaman's case, for Shaman's case, it was the issue of having underage. I don't think it's underage girls, or maybe let's say, young girls who are ready for exploitation.
When you say ready for exploitation, bro, when it comes even back to the whole thing, the girl child in the music industry, for example. There's a time in the pod we were talking about girls and how they approach the whole industry. By the time Denmark was 19, and Eric, I don't know how old Eric is, but I think he's more than 30 plus, probably even more than 35. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. He's popular. We should probably Google that shit. But the whole thing is, you see, I don't take fault that he's come up with such a good idea. The problem is the execution. Most of the time is the execution, because we've been talking here on and on and on and on. If you have a good opportunity like that, how are you going to use it to even set standards and ensure that this thing lasts so long? Kwa sababu, show kama Kim Kardashian, for example. This guy is rolling, they fake that life until they own it, like she's going from one 5-star to the next 5-star, she's putting on the latest designers, she's talking to the influencers, she seems to be very well connected, like the interviews are already scheduled, she's like moving from
the story for CG Chloe and the Odom basketballer who started using crack.
And he was constantly cheating, and then
can drive you crazy. You can either start dressing into a woman or smoking crack.
The funniest bit about this shit is sorry. The funniest bit about that shit is that this guy was cheating on screen. This guy's cheating on screen, like for everybody to watch. That's fine. For everybody to watch. And then people believe like it's a reality show. It's a reality show. Like, did you see how can this guy be so heartless to Chloe? Comes back to DJ Mo. I like, my God, that even doesn't make you mtaani sasa. People are getting confused. They don't know what is what. Will Smith and Jaden and Jada Pinkett. That's kind of story. Size imefika huku. Man, it's entertainment. I get it. But we have big problems. Okay, we don't expect Omondi to solve our problems anyway. But but it's in a very good position to make a bit of influence and make difference to the whole thing. And personally, I advocate for policy change. Again, back to the policy change. We need to set a good example, to set the pace for the guys who are coming after us. Like JJ is the next blood. And the crew he has that side. Me, Mari, and Juke, we are too old for some of that shit. We can't collab hope. Like I think the last time we went out, I was so tired I was sleeping in the club, bro. No.
So
Maybe
what
also
is your issue with Eric Omondi? Because my issue is for the workshop, the state of the workshops when he was advertising his brand. I kind of looked at how the workshops have been put together. I'm like, maybe these are just workshops to show people that we have something like a workshop. But even if you see like how Akina Tyler Perry, they create workshops, you don't just start with like a simple basic foundation. You have to insulate everything because it's a warehouse, a studio where people will be doing shows, different kinds of stuff. So when you show us some videos of you just putting like stone plates on the ground, that this is the floor of the workshop, when it's supposed to be insulated, like an actual studio, the equipment that you need. So maybe there I'm saying, okay, it's a nice marketing, but some guys can tell you out there like, this is not going to work.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
You've ever had this thing that Kenyans are the best when it comes to theory? Even their proposal papers to the World Bank, they're never rejected.
Yeah. For borrowing those beautiful loans.
We always get the shit. When it comes to implementation, it's something different. Even sometimes it's so bad. You can see an advert that is done in a car in Kenya, and the guys are not wearing a seatbelt. Yet, by law, you are required to wear a seatbelt. Such small disparities in terms of consistency and when the job is done professionally, there are things that you can't miss. And there are things when you're doing it for kiki or whatever, marketing, whatever they call it now, that is just done. Omondi is so good at marketing, no doubt, but when it comes to the thing being done properly, there's something you're saying.
I think my issue, maybe I would point out, despite not having watched it, is the preparation. Because even from all what I've said, like why I pointed out, I was surprised that the promo for the Trend interview was leading to this, was because it looked like just one of those appearances for something, casual. Like if you're preparing for a reality show.
Oh, like when they were doing it, were they doing it like in front of some cars, and then he had finished doing some advert for that Chinese anapenda kuadvertise madinga zake?
I don't know. I haven't followed up, but from what I've picked, there's the online posing with the boxers and stuff. Then appearing on Trend, arguing with Ezekiel Mutua. Then he declares he's starting a reality show. Like, I think the preparation for a reality show should be way more than that.
I think maybe you have a point. Because even like if you see comedians from abroad, guys who do stand-up, they not only do stand-up, they have almost like seasons of cartoon shows behind them.
There's a build-up to getting to certain places. And I think a lot of, maybe because we're new to some things, a lot of people don't do enough research and preparation. So I'm pointing out some of the kinks which I think are missing there. And then again, we were talking about the socialites and mentioning Shakila there. I think I have an issue with the socialite culture, let me say particularly in Kenya for now. Because, again, we're talking about, if we're to define a socialite, first of all, we're talking about a brand. So, for example, when launching a brand, what do you need to prepare for? Being a socialite is not just chasing controversy. There needs to be a story to a brand. You don't just come up and pose nude and, just to give rough examples. I don't.
It's really fast paced because everybody's doing like Dan Bilzerian. That he's a rich kid of a fraudster in America. His Instagram got like 1 million views. They were talking about 2 billion stuff. They bought like one of the biggest, the coolest apartments in California, helicopters on the top end. Kumbe only to find out that his brand called Ignite has no money on anything. So it was used like a laundering stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And even we have like those things of those Chinese socialite girls who take pictures in front of nice hotels and stuff. Kumbe, behind the scenes.
It's
Yeah, they can't
yeah.
pay rent. There's one of an English girl in London. She had a whole YouTube channel, 500,000 views.
Yeah,
And she had all kinds of animals. When people came to check the house, she hadn't paid rent for like 5 months.
Oh man.
You know, the pets are
Yeah.
shitting all over the house. And then she's telling the landlord, oh, I'll pay you this or it'll be out by this time. So,
Yeah,
it's that socialite culture, people struggling to look this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, if we were to take it on that perspective, Joe,
Yeah.
I think we are way behind in so many things. That one of them is in the entertainment industry. Our industry is deliberately kept at what it is. We don't have proper structures. We don't have proper information. We don't have proper industry players. You see, like now, I don't know if disclosing this, but it's in the public anyway. The likes of Ngoma. Ngoma is owned by a previous industry player who has literally done nothing.
Previous or current?
Previous. At that time, he was a producer. So, for the purpose of music industry, I want to... He's still in the industry, a very key player, but his position has since changed. All right?
Yeah.
So, you would assume that he understands the plight of the production element, but he doesn't. Now, Duke has mentioned something very peculiar, that this guy is on social media doing very well, seemingly doing very well. And then there's something we were talking about, Mary, the other time about how these influencers come about and how they're driving traffic and influencing people to have certain perceptions about life. So that come on a mziki, you find someone who's aspiring to be a musician and thinks like, oh, mi nikiimba, nitapata mado, nitabuy Bugatti. And I'll probably be dancing naked, I buy a Bugatti, They don't know that most of the people, they don't even have houses.
Yeah.
It's
true.
Most of these influencers, so-called influencers, don't even have houses. They're still renting out. It's not a bad thing to rent out. I mean, it's admirable. Kuishi Nairobi already, Kuishi Nairobi ni ngori, man. But Sasa, remember you have a huge following online. You seemingly flaunting a lifestyle that oh my God.
Anyone should suspect anyone who flaunts their lifestyles on social media. Anyone should suspect, but the issue now is also, there are guys out there who are actually, they have that money. Like if you see Paris Hilton posting a post, there it's sorted. And then you have 100 other people you follow, that kind of stuff. So it's like, you can't see what you see on social media and actually take that at first hand sight and say, this is for real. I want to be that. I want to get all that. I want to,
I think also maybe to maybe clarify where I'm at in my thinking is Akon at one point talked about compared African artists to artists in the US, and he was saying how the artists there flaunt those Bugattis and fancy cars and houses, but don't actually own them, whereas their counterparts in Africa do actually own them. And he was advocating for that need for artists to own what, own their stuff or their brands and products, and which drives back again to the socialite issue. I didn't want to delve into this, but this is more of a personal opinion. When getting into the socialite culture, a lot of people are pushed into it without really knowing what they're going to represent. So they're used to portray a certain image, but sometimes it doesn't even reflect in the bank account, which is a sad affair, but it's a reality in the industry. Now, that aside, I was speaking about the socialite culture in Kenya as understanding, for socialites to understand what it means to be a brand. So that when you, simple example, I recently was in a taxi and
Oh no, Mari used taxis, bro. Macha foot subishi. Hey, bro, bigger.
No.
It's good.
Relax, that was not the point of the story. Yeah? Si ungoje nimalize.
Okay.
Story ni yangu ama ni yako?
Okay, malizia story.
So,
But last time in a taxi.
so okay, I was in a taxi, comma. Then the driver was pretty friendly and engaged with us, and showed us products. We were with a certain chick, showed us products of lipstick or beauty products, which were branded. What's her name again? I forget. This socialite. Huda.
Yeah, Huda
Yeah.
does a lot of lipsticks.
Is she brown
Yeah,
or chocolate?
and you know,
Bro, she's brown, petite, just like
I thought she had
Yeah,
changed
Huda.
colors again.
I think that was Vera Sidika.
Oh shit!
the other big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, so yeah, just to maybe point out what I was talking about. I was impressed that she had a line of products which she was using her brand to promote, and you see that again shows as much as she got into the industry, she got into it from an entrepreneurial perspective.
Get something out of it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be there forever.
Yeah, and it's not just about causing controversy and, you know, appearing in all these places and stuff. You have to have a strategy. You have to have direction. You
Especially
have to,
for music
you know,
industry. You enter, you do your
Yeah.
music, everybody enjoys it. There's a time you'll need to exit. Psychology sort.
And maybe to make it even more general, because I don't think socialites are in the music industry, but they play a role in it. Yeah, the entertainment industry. Yeah. If you are in the entertainment industry, understanding what a brand is very important, because if you don't understand what a brand is, you'll be all over the place.
You'll be caught up.
Yeah. And then back to the more personal opinion. When getting into that side of the biz, I think it's important to watch out so that you're not, should I say, used or abused.
So basically, let's expect more crazy things from this Omondi reality show. We can't wait for the time one of them BHs on the set. Because if we are following the Flavor Flav storyline, you guys will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and maybe just to add on a bit, like I think we're criticizing what Eric Omondi is doing because he's a role model in the industry and he's supposed to be a sort of fatherhead or big brother head for a lot of people who are looking up to him. So the standards he sets or his team sets in the industry will determine the shape it takes. So again, we're not just pointing out stuff just for the sake of pointing out. It is to help build the industry.
Yeah. The fact that actually you are referring to him is a big deal. This is like the guru of the industry at the moment. Of course, no disrespect to people like Churchill.
Yeah.
Churchill is also there. But I don't think you've seen Churchill messing around with women. He messed around and it didn't work out very well.
And let's hope this thing won't be as crazy as it's meant to be.
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know how much he was messing around in quotes.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see for myself, what this messing around is all about. Yeah.
It's king of comedy. It's supposed to be hilarious and controversy, and it seems to be working out, man.
Yeah.
Because those views on YouTube are crazy, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy views. 500,000 views. Kutoka 11 December. And it's those shows of picking up them chicks.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So
interesting.
each
Marketing is is on point.
Yeah, it seems what
It's-
people consume around here is just, downtime kind of reality shows.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Let's talk about this. What is this resurgence of awards?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing, as from the end of 2020,
Yeah.
towards the end of 2020, there've been so many awards, including some which had dwindled down.
Yeah, like I heard the Kisima
resurged.
Awards was back.
Yeah. And I had a few guys who won some awards. I had
Okay.
Mbogi Genje.
Okay.
But that's interesting. I find that interesting because awards also are a key part of the industry.
Yeah.
And one of the issues that we've had all these years is mismanagement of the awards. So,
Because I don't know, for the Kisima, I did not hear them much. The guys who are all over the place are Hennessy and Kat.
Yeah.
If you can't go out in social media and maybe miss an advert or just know who has won the awards, they're all over the place. I haven't seen a Kisima awards, msee ameshika awards, amesema ndio hii award yangu. However, I have seen people holding uncut awards.
Yeah.
I've seen HR Renaissance, big up. I've seen Joe did not win. It's another chick. Yeah, but she's a nomination. Yeah, she was nominated. Like hip hop. Even Abaskubafu there was given a honorary, and also
on Kisima.
calligraph. No, this is uncut Hennessy.
Uncut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've seen the guys grow. By the way,
Kisima don't even have motion graphics on television. At least for uncut, they have the videos. You can see the words, the texts.
Oh yeah. They've even gotten to TV adverts and stuff.
Yeah, have you seen
Yeah,
that
that's
stage
dope,
they
yeah.
had, the NSC there? The stage looked nice. Looked very nice, man.
I
That
didn't see it though.
wide
Yeah.
stage with the LED, wide span LED. It looked very nice. So sometimes I wonder.
Okay.
I've seen everything about Hennessy and Uncut. I've had Kisima awards have happened. Haven't seen much online.
Yeah.
Is
Also,
it maybe their presence?
I don't know. I think they're trying to bring it back up, but then again, I don't know much about whether they've been able to sort out the history because of mismanagement.
Yes,
because
because,
remember the
yeah.
times like in Jua Kali, like in during that time.
Yeah.
That's when Kisima Awards was was big.
Yeah.
And it dwindled because of mismanagement. I don't know if they've been able to rebrand, and I don't know who's behind it now. But
Because
I really hope they make a good comeback.
Because the only reason I heard of Kisima was the Bogingenge award title. That's the only. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any other sectors of Kisima, which awards for what, awards for who. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that.
Funny thing, I also saw another one called Kef Ngoma,
Okay.
and I came across it on my timeline because one of the artists there performed there, but I also hadn't heard about it.
Okay.
And I think I'm thinking there's an issue with marketing for the awards generally. And I don't know what the issue might be, but seems like Uncut, as you mentioned, did a good job.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
think Uncut, the guys who helped them are Hennessy.
Yeah.
Hennessy are very, very aggressive in their marketing.
Yeah.
They're like Red Bull.
Yeah.
Hip hop videos, everywhere you hear Henny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They are the Coca-Colas of the alcohol.
for sure.
Fun fact, the Hennessy company is actually called Hennessy Moët Dior.
Okay.
Oh.
So all those brands are under Hennessy.
Oh, is that Dior, like Christian Dior?
French guys.
Oh,
And Moët.
okay.
Yeah.
Hennessy, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It goes also to say the way they say we have like corporations that are run more smoothly than governments. So you can clearly see like if it's a government institution or maybe what are the committees that are set up for the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I wouldn't place all the efforts on Hennessy, I think it's more on the team that's handling the marketing or PR side of Uncut, because now what I at least could say about the major brands is they don't sponsor events or or any projects without proper detail and seeing that proper preparation. So again, if Uncut managed to get Hennessy on board, then probably I would say kudos to them. Someone did something right in there. Mm-hmm. Now, for maybe also pointing out other brands, I also saw the Kefungoma seemed to be more mellow, but also seemed to have proper organization.
Okay.
Hopefully, it will grow into a bigger, award in Kenya. But for the Kisima Awards, the reputation they've had from way back, I would expect what they're doing now to be on a bigger scale.
Rasta. Unajua kila kitu naongeanga mazee, you want a bigger scale, you want a bigger form.
Kisima fair.
Now
they're just
the
trying to get back on their knees, man.
Yeah, but now, as again we're pointing out, there's people, they've done it for years. When you've done it something for probably over a decade, when you come back to do it, you shouldn't do it like a newbie, right?
That's
it's like, it's like, say, a big rapper coming back to the scene.
Wacha nikwambie kwanza, hiyo story ya comeback ikwangi rahisi. Do you know how many niggas have tried to come back? Niggas try to come back. Man, do you think they know what to do it on a bigger scale?
He has good imagery. He doesn't mess around with this imagery. When he came back, he made sure everything should be prime, super prime.
Yeah.
Nigga had the funds for it anyway. Now he got back with them. He had the money for it, bro.
Good pointing out.
Kwani kitu hata nikuulize. Unaona hizo graphics zote tengeneza bure. Hey Juke, how much do you charge for your graphics, bro?
Wacha ulize, but it takes time because some of this rendering, especially when they're done in After Effects, sometimes you have to sit like an hour or so just to get maybe 30 seconds of a very nice 3D display.
Yeah. Just imagine waiting for, you said an hour of rendering.
Second clip.
Imagine how much content is that. Like, and then you find someone mtu amefanya haraka ametengeneza word kwa PDF that takes like, you say, maximum 5 minutes.
That's how you can imagine. Uncut Hennessy, they had those graphics, all those graphics. Kisima iko happy. And even how does the award for Kisima look like nowadays?
I remember the last time I took part in some preparations for Kisima. We went somewhere, I won't name where, to make the awards. The what are they called? Those things. Zinapeanwa. What are they called?
The trophies.
The trophies, we went somewhere to make the trophies.
For Kisima?
Yeah, hata si tumekuwa kwa industry.
So
anyway, we went somewhere to make those things. And when they were making those things, I couldn't believe they were making these things for Kisima.
I believe you were for such an award.
For Kisima. That time I was very young. I didn't even know what that was. We were being
Let me guess, walitumia curios ama will make out something curious. I mean, there are some curious designs that are nice out there.
There was some metal element in it, and it wasn't chomelewa tu hapo, unajua chomelewa tu. Alafu ikifika sasa hiyo time, and the worst part at that time, that the Owen was getting some Kisima award for some things done, and then walikuwa ka group, that time they were doing a lot of collabos, So they got their award and they're supposed to share. Apparently there was a smartphone. And he didn't give out the smartphone, and the smartphone was Chinese. That's the worst part. I was these guys are fighting over this Chinese thing, and that thing is not worth shit. We made that thing, For me, I stopped looking up for the awards because if that's what the award was, a Chinese phone and some kitu machomele huko downtown.
But don't people usually get like money in the awards? They also get
They're supposed to get money, but they don't get money most of the time, you see. Because it's just that camera thing. Wamepewa na sio unapewa kitu like a box. The box that time had a Chinese phone. Some thousands at the top. I don't think that's what awards are for. Like, okay, when you get that thing, where do you put it? On your sitting room and you want to show off. There's this time we had Chocolatinis, you know, that was like a very prestigious award. That time Issa was. Issa was alive and
Back in the days.
He was really doing like that time when we used to dance to Kenyan music in Uganda, man.
Yeah, I think even Insider.
Yeah.
Insider. They also had an award, right?
Yeah. I think it was Chocolatinis.
Oh, it was Insider was.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
It was pretty big at that time, man. It was like prestigious. That time
Kleptomaniacs bagging an award.
Wanaume TMK would come from Tanzania and pay homage to the Kenyan gurus here on a perform. Said Diamond anakuja napiga tour. Which Kenyan guy do you know has done a tour in Kenya anyway? You know, they can't pull the crowds. See, not disrespect, but we have people like Nameless. You know, and Nameless has been here forever.
Yeah.
And the likes of in the gospel circles, for example, is Gloria Muliro a Kenyan ama a Tanzanian? Yo,
I think she's Kenyan.
is she?
Yeah, I think Kenyan from Western.
She's Tanzanian, bro.
What? Is she?
I
think she's from Western.
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know.
She's Kenyan.
Muliro,
Kenyan.
you know,
she's
Luya.
definitely Kenyan.
She's Luya and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Christian Shusho, is it Shusho?
Christian Shusho now is Tanzania.
She may have been a Westerner who was raised in, you know how West Africans are.
Oh, raised in.
And then you have to
Okay.
present for a
I
couple.
ask because you know these are the people who are eating MCSK money, you know. Ando jamaa wanakula pesa MCSK. Au wengine wetu tunapanga line. I'm not registered though. I thought I should put it out there. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone who wants to register for MCSK. Eyo Marian, ebu ongea.
Oh man, we're talking about registration of a body which is already disbanded. So until that issue is sorted out, maybe I wouldn't tell anyone to register on with a body which doesn't have the authority to help them. So I don't see you are right what you're saying. Yeah.
So we were speaking about that and talking about legitimacy. You
Yeah.
see, as members of a body, you need to understand what the body is supposed to do for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we need to move very fast and leave MCSK alone because now they're irrelevant. By the way, don't pay attention to the text messages they'll be sending to you as a member. Disregard them entirely. Sasa, now, Sonko has been impeached.
For those who watched and those who did not watch,
Yeah.
let's put this down and discuss
Now
it.
Sonko has been disbanded. I think it was by design. If you want to argue, go argue with somebody else. But
What do you mean by design?
okay, let's do a postmortem for this thing.
Yeah.
Sometime,
Let's even define a governor of, let's say, a capital city.
yes.
How would a governor behave? Like, I remember there's this governor of one of these Swiss cities. He goes to parliament with a bike. Was it his place of office with a bike? You know?
Oh, is it Switzerland?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a lot of that's like common culture there. Guys go to work with bikes and scooters.
Yeah. So much emphasis on infrastructure, you know, how the public conduct themselves in the city, you know, waste management. Because the problem, even in Nairobi, people don't see waste as an advantage. They see it as something unatupa nje ya canteen alafu unachoma hapo, and it's just half baked, you know. There are things like that. Like even there are some places where if you ban content of your company somewhere outside on the road or in public space, it will be considered a crime because you are disposing of evidence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unacheki.
What?
So we're still in this Sonko impeachment talking about how does a governor supposed to handle himself if he's supposed to run a capital city.
Well, first things first. The regulations we have at the moment are so specific as to how someone becomes a governor. Supposed to have a degree and all those things. You know, we had stories of Waititu faking his documents. Waititu went to India in 1992. And his passport, the first passport he got was 1998. So I don't know. That time 1992 aliendanga ajalibebona cargo ship ama cargo plane. I don't know. But you see such things. Sonko. Where did Sonko go to school?
I have no idea.
Okay. Sonko is an escapee of Shimalatewa.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
There's a death certificate
Okay.
doing rounds that he died. But
What?
I imagine that's how he got out of the Shimalatewa.
Guess
Anyway.
who's back?
and so the time
He
that
pulled a Machiavelli.
Yeah.
What?
Mary.
now, we don't need to disclose too much because they are listening in anyway. So let's just go on. Sasa, now, when you put all those things together,
Yeah.
we arrive at a governor, Sonko. The constitution requires that you have from some, is it SEC, from anti-corruption, certificate
Yeah.
of good conduct, all those things.
Yeah.
So if he passed those checks
Yeah.
to become a governor, why are people surprised that he's been impeached? It means he's not served the purpose. You see,
yeah.
because he was
Okay.
put there for a specific purpose. Okay.
Okay.
Now, his running mate was Igathe. Igathe alijondoanga like preliminaries,
That
bro.
was a clever
Because
move. Because
before
may I think,
Sonko was
may-
sworn in as the governor, Igathe was gone.
yeah.
The guy
I think he gathered just saw Nairobi and then he saw
It
Sonko
went
and said,
went.
"Hapa itaweza."
It's probably a closed door meeting, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
it could be.
So you
It
see,
could be.
because one of the ways of corporate firing is frustration at work.
Yeah.
You see, like you could be seated there, and no one is giving you work. Yeah, and you just sitting, so
Yeah.
that you get frustrated and leave.
Uh-huh.
Or you whine and resign, because otherwise nobody wants you there. The point is nobody wants you there. So when Sonko lasted this long, I'm surprised he's lasted this long. Another point in time. Sonko is picked up by helicopter in the middle of nowhere, and they made a big fuss out of it.
Yo kwa arrest to avoid.
Yeah.
What? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was crying
Yeah.
like a little bitch. Anyway, and there was a clip of another police pickpocketing another police. Did you see that shit?
What?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was a meme doing
Up
that.
around the
I think-
helicopter.
Yeah. But they were pickpocketing.
It was a spectacle.
What?
It was a spectacle.
We all agree, like for the purposes of marketing. And all those things, they don't just happen,
Good PR.
The thing is,
good
Sonko is a populist, he's a populist. Among the population, everybody knows him because of the crazy antics he has, the dress codes, the crazy out of life kind of character he imposes himself on people. But now the thing is, how does that come into the development or even trying to fix the social issues or infrastructural issues of maybe a county or a city?
Well, Sonko meant well. Sonko meant well from the start. This guy meant well because he was even doing handouts before he became a governor. Sonko rescue team and all those things. Before, it was hijacked by drug peddling and all those things. He was doing a good job giving out free water, giving out unga, nini. But if you're looking at it in terms of longevity, for example,
Yeah.
there's even this common saying people do. Teach a man how to fish and you don't have to
Yeah.
give him anything, right? But
Yeah.
give man a fish and you have to keep giving him a fish.
Yeah.
Sonko is the kind of guy that would give you the fish. He would not want to teach you how to fish because himself he doesn't know how to fish. How would Sonko explain the kind of money that he has?
Yeah, like during the impeachment. During the impeachment, it was like back and forth. Sonko was acting like this guy who hadn't somad in a long while. Anaambiwa afungue hii page, anachukua time, lawyer yake anampea karatasi, anasoma, anafungua pages like, holy, wait, let me tell you something. It was like a back and forth thing. Yes, you can know like, maybe like both sides, whatever they were doing. Iko inasaidia mtu. But also Sonko with him na mdomo kubwa, you're dealing with the elites. If you come and expose yourself too much, the elites can pick something very simple from all that you have exposed and just bury you. Wamejificha State House. Calling, young men and shit like that.
There's this time Sonko was making a remark that Uhuru has gone, Ruto has gone, he's the third in command. So right now he's like the president of Kenya. You see, such remarks, they can never be entertained, whether in public or in private.
Yeah.
How do you stand up and say that is close to treason? Bro, what do you mean? That now you are the third in command because people have gone out, you are now in charge. In charge of what? No. So all those things added up to his problems. And Alkwana Power Instructions has key. because he no governor ni mjamo. You know, those things caught up with him. And then there was all those things. You see, when you are not properly conditioned and trained for a specific job, for example, governance, you get exposed. Unapewa bait. Waititu. You know, they were caught up with the bait. Umerushiwa bait, ukauma. Wamekumulika kama umeuma. Sasa, what do? You have the shit. What do? You can't escape that shit. Bro, he was depositing 100 million in account of his daughter. Other guys are doing it. You know, everybody's doing it. Why him? Why are they picking on him? Karibu Waititu aseme, why are you picking on me? You know,
everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. I'm 100% sure he said something like that. Now Sonko comes, and Sonko was going for trips with his family. On the taxpayers' money. Come on, people have done worse than go for trips, bro. Corona came. Corona was so serious, but people were embezzling the money.
Even see, there was a time during the impeachment
Live on TV.
There was a time during the impeachment they had actually told him to read something, and he actually read it out because there was some money that was taken elsewhere by some of his subordinates. So he was told, why haven't you been responsible for this action? He said he's not accountable. So sometimes you wonder, what is the job of a governor if he's not accountable to the people that work under him? You just do anything, I'll put you here, do anything.
Bro, that's a facade. What you just said is a facade.
Yes.
At the moment you said, I am not responsible, it's like these guys are putting him to account for something that nobody, even the president of Kenya, does not account for shit. Uhuru mwenyewe aliwauliza, mnataka nifanye nini? He's the fucking president. What do you want me to do? Okay, we have this problem and that. What do you want me to do? Mnataka ni do? The president said that. Mbona hamukumu impeach? There's an option of impeaching the president. Why did you impeach him? Why are you impeaching Sonko? What has Sonko done? If anything, what they're doing with the government in Nairobi County is illegal. The military cannot be deployed to govern its people.
How?
The military is supposed to guard the country against external forces.
The problem is the people who are supposed to govern the people.
Is chosen by the president and then has the same powers as the Chief Justice. That's what the BBI is saying.
Bro, we are here together the BBI. You're going too fast.
Actually,
You know,
10 minutes.
shit.
We can jump into
discussing politicians, and there's something why maybe let me point out why I don't so much do politics is because one of the things we've discussed with a few people is when talking about comparing politics and music.
We're going to discuss politics. Let us put that information.
Wait, no, I'm just bringing out a small point here. When discussing politics, and if you can compare it to music, there are a lot of similarities to the music industry. For example, public figures tend to be brands. And like what you were mentioning about what you're mentioning about Mike Sonko, dressing like in a certain way and looking a certain way, and what we were talking about, his PR being on point, and doing these causes and always having cameras following around to capture the moments. It's good PR, but then again, why I personally don't relate so much to politics is because in the entertainment industry, that is done to keep the audience engaged. When it comes to politics, when it comes to politics, PR should not replace work ethic or helping people. And maybe I'd like to differentiate politics from leadership, because leadership is actually helping the people who you're supposed to represent. Politics, on the other hand, is, if I were to define it in my own understanding, is entertainment, but playing with people's well-being. So from an ethical point of view, I find, this is a personal opinion, I find politics should I say, disturbing in a sense.
Too bad for you. I trying
Yeah.
to get views and runs over here, so people gonna
Yeah,
like
go
it.
on, go on,
Those points,
go on.
those points.
Now we're supposed to talk about helping people and all those things. So let's give out free knowledge kidogo hapa. As of 20th of December 2020, Instagram has changed its policy, terms and conditions. I think people need to hear about it.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things they've done now, they can access your camera and tell if you're wearing a mask or not, and report you to the closest, what are they called, authorities, for the purpose of protecting the welfare of the society. Number 2, they'll access your devices in the following ways. Let's list them down. Your battery. They can tell how much battery you have. They can tell the strength of your Wi-Fi, if you're connected or not, the strength of the network, the name of the network, the devices close to you. They can access your Bluetooth, they can access your photographs, they can access your DM, they can access your messages, they can access your call logs.
So it seems they took some keynotes from TikTok.
TikTok's been doing it. Now
Interesting,
TikTok goes a step ahead and sends you information every after, I don't know how long, is it 30 seconds or something like that? It pings back to Shangazi or something in China. Yeah, it pings your information there. It reports your location precisely using GPS.
Yeah, so don't talk shit about China.
Okay, what you're mentioning. Okay, go on.
Now, Mari, I know where you're going with it. I know, I can tell. So, and you don't have to accept anything specific.
Yeah.
By simply continuing to use Instagram, it is construed that you have accepted the new terms and conditions. I'm done.
Okay, I'm not sure. Are the things you've mentioned really new in terms of access? Because maybe maybe it's a good point you're raising, and maybe guys should also be keen while, say, downloading apps. When downloading an app on your phone, say from Google Play Store.
Do
you see-
China
Oh, wait, now, funny thing is, I think TikTok was blazed or put on fire.
I know it's the thing, but
It was put on fire, which I think for doing something which a lot of apps do, but is not announced. For example, when you're downloading an app, do you normally read like what the permissions you give that app to do?
Not really, just want the app.
Yeah, a lot of people don't read, but you'll find that those permissions are there. You'll find an app which say is for, I don't know, social media app, asking to get access to your contacts, asking to get access to your Bluetooth, asking to get access to your camera, your Wi-Fi, and
Photos.
and a lot of, I think what you've mentioned so far sounds like basic apps, at least for social media.
Google Apps.
Yeah, Google Apps, social media apps. So again, I'll ask you, is that really new?
It is new in that Instagram has introduced them as of 20th December 2020. Mari,
Yeah.
I think the thing is
Yeah.
with the change of these policies, it will come a time you did not know that you had actually handed off some kind of, privacy to yourself. In due time, because I don't think this will be the only one. They may roll out some other things, maybe mid next year, something like that, something maybe to do with, now this app will determine if you've been vaccinated. If you haven't been vaccinated, you'll not be able to go to a certain place. Yeah, like I remember a dream I had recently, man. It was weird. It was like a back to school dream, man. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing back to school? And then so I'm going at the gate, and then I'm seeing people have been wanadungwa shindano, syringe. They have been given like vaccines. I'm like, what are those vaccines? They said they are coronaviruses. They are for the coronavirus vaccine. Sasa
no kidding.
that dream here is like, I'm not. Misa nikahepa. Nataka kuingia chuo using the back gate.
It was not your first time to help.
Guess who I found at the back gate? UN soldiers.
Man, what?
That was one hell of a weird dream.
Now, speaking of
Wait,
dreams,
what did the soldiers do?
Yeah? I woke up, was terrified. I was like, what the hell, man?
Speaking
man.
of which, I had some former Israeli commander, whatever, he's talking about America having made contact with aliens and whatnot. So when I read that stuff, I had a dream that we know tuko hapo karibu na Wilson. So a plane comes. You know the way you can look at a plane, and then you see a big ass thing coming from behind it, and just snatches it from the air. And you're like, holy fuck, what the fuck was that? And then kidogo unasikia like that come.
Yeah?
The aliens had come. And all of a sudden it was hectic. We were running up and down. I was like, no shit. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Oh, but
2021,
funny thing,
we're waiting aliens, man. We're waiting for the aliens now. We have any last words before we wind up, man?
Man.
Last words. Say maybe my parting shot is look out for what rights you're giving away, or what permissions you're giving away when downloading apps. That's a very interesting thing that's developing in our current world.
Now, Mari, when you say look out for those kind of things,
Yeah.
do you know that if you decline that it cannot access your phone book, for example, inakata install?
Yeah, and they make them like that intentionally.
So someone should go to court and force them to allow you install it without giving it access. But anyway, whether you give it access or not, it still accesses the shit. Yeah. So with that said, listen out for my soundbite, Shaman, Wagwan, my YouTube page.
For sure, and a workshop is coming through. Unajua, for the podcast, it will be specifically for rants and just things that may annoy you or may encourage you. But for the workshop, we'll be telling people what to do and how to get it done.
Yeah.
That's it. Sure. Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast, GKMS Season 3, Episode 3. The Industry Unveiled. Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka.